Hocinators. Supposed to produce large fruit, sturdy plants, etc., etc. I've got one okay plant here in terms of sturdiness. Again, not the plant's fault. Didn't get enough light where it was. Planting it down to get rid of the spindle. And putting his buddy over here, who is skinnier. Hear a cow. Moo. A cow yelling. Sometimes we'll get cows yelling for calves and calves yelling for cows, and it's quite loud. And we're going to try this guy all by himself and see how that works out. There we go. Ta-dum. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. Okay. This doesn't close anymore, but it works really well. I bought another one of these from Fiskars. This is by Corona. They're professional, supposedly professional grade clippers. I've had it since last year. The Fiskars one I bought looked identical, but proceeded to break in less than a week. So, yeah, I'll just stick with this. I expected to break down from the sunlight in here, but not in a week. And I've bought lots of Fiskars before and never had a problem, but yeah, I suppose there's time for everything. I'm going to use the water that was from the hose this morning when I didn't want to barbecue anything. Now, let's see how this guy's doing. See those tasty jade cucumbers? I don't know if you can see them from there. I will bring you down so you can. My shirt is filthy. Yay! Dirty shirts. Okay, flying down the road like a giant toad. Do-do-do-do-do. Doodly doodly doodly. See, I covered them up after I planted them to give them a break because it was too sunny. And they are happy, happy, happy. So, yeah, I will probably string them up tomorrow or the next day or something. We'll give them a little time. I may cover them up again if it's really hot in here tomorrow. This rain today, by the way, was not forecast, and so far we have had 0.38 inches, which is like a world record for us this year. So I'll take it. I'm very glad that I pumped the barrels full this morning. That means that the rain collection had room to collect rain in. So let's get the system started up and water the bejesus out of everybody. I want to be very generous with these guys. These were watered earlier today, and you can see they look happy. And I don't want to put too much in there because I'm trying not to overflow the containers. And some of these have a pretty good reservoir of water in the bottom right now. But I want to make sure that I actually focus on the root balls somewhat to make sure But that area of the pot actually soaks because I'm still finding dry spots. Now this pot here was one of the ones that I just grabbed, so it is dry. It's not bone dry. It's not like some of them that had been like basically dust, but it's pretty dry. So I'm going to really soak this guy, and I'll come back to him at the end to see how he's doing. This guy also was a pretty darn dry dude, so I want to make sure I spend extra time and water on him and really have a layer of water sitting on the top that will soak down in. This guy is doing really well. He was planted earlier. I don't remember who he was. He was a Hossenator. Okay. He was one of my sturdier plants. Closest to the window. That's a big trick. Be the one closest to the window. This is another Hossenator here. If you don't remember, those are a beefsteak style tomato, supposed to be a determinate plant, but they do sometimes grow as tall as 5 feet. I wish that they kind of gave you a clue, but I do know that how tall plants will grow, even if they're determinate, varies a lot based on the environment. So I'll be keeping track of how tall these things grow, basically, in my environment, which really is the only environment that matters to me because it's mine. Big beef, I know, will grow big. And that is definitely a beefsteak tomato. This is Thai basil. And it keeps getting smushed down whenever I water it. Husk cherries. Amanda oranges. More husk cherries. I don't want to water them too much. They're pretty up to the top in their saucer here. I will be watching these guys like hawks the next couple of days. Because I need to water them by hand until the drip irrigation system is set up. It will not be set up tomorrow because we have to take Jack to the vet for a recheck in Flagstaff and pick up our tires, which I sure hope are there. All right. Who does not look well watered? There's almost no dampness in this tray. So, I'm going to make soup again. My theory is that if I have enough water in the bottom, it'll soak up during the night. That will help. I'll have to water this tomorrow morning before we leave again to try and get more moisture in. to keep it for the day, because I don't know how long we'll be gone. It all depends on the tire company in Flagstaff. All right, that's going to do it. How are we down here for water? We have pretty happy looking guys. Gonna top water them just a little bit. I'm going to untangle this. Whee! All right, there's that. Let's get these out of the way. Trippage is bad. Unplug the pump. And there we are, we're looking green. That's the most greenery we've had in here in quite a while. So, from one dirty gardener to another. I hope you enjoyed this. It is time for dinner. We cheated and let someone else cook dinner for us for lunchtime today. Went to the ranch house for burgers and fries. Even topped it off with a choco taco. I always say that backwards. From Family Dollar. This is as fancy as it gets in a little town in Arizona. So yeah, we had junk food. It was wonderful. And now we are probably going to have some ramen or pho noodles for dinner. Yes. Sometimes it's nice to be a little lazy. I'm going to cover the bottom of this husk cherry with some dirt, because they are in the nightshade family, and I have seen them sprout from their sprout roots from their stems the same way as tomatoes do. That's what I was trying to say. So, unsquish my basil. This is Thai basil. Unsquish, unsquish, fluff them up. The regular basil looks very happy. A lot of the tomatoes, even though they're spindly, still look really happy. So I am happy with that. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because obviously we have a ton going on. Later this week, Henry has to finish plumbing the irrigation in here. We have had specific requests for detailed information on how it's going to be done. So we will be doing that. And yeah, I'll actually take this label off that says number 5, because it's not number 5 of anything. Sometimes these silly labels will last amazingly well, and other times they just don't. When you don't want them to, they will definitely last really well. So until next time, bye. And be sure to keep brainstorming, because obviously we are the great and grand experiment. Always fun. Someone's sitting up here on... Hi, bug. What kind of bug are you? Oh, you're waspy. Okay, you can be there. It's one of those sort of medium-sized wasps we get around here a lot. They won't hurt anything. Unless you bug them, in which case they might sting you. But other than that, they're fine. So, bye, and do keep brainstorming.